into it here. So on the monthly, we can see we are just balancing, right? We are, we closed yesterday at 50.91 half. We're trading a lot higher than that, right? 51.45 now. So kind of moving, pretty decently. And the market maybe trying to get a little bounce here, but for the most part on the monthly, all we're really gathering is balance. Definitely going to be wanting to paying attention to the previous month's close, which was that 50.67, right? We're 80 points above it. So is it going to happen? We'll kind of see. But other than that, and then the 50.82 for me is equilibrium number that I want to be paying attention to today as well. Switching over to the weekly, you can see the weekly remains inside this big range from 415. We want to continue to monitor those levels. The high of that was that 52.13, 52.11 half was the open, so they're basically the same level. We also have another level up there, and that is the 52.06. That's the level that I've been watching. It's a COT level. You also have the 9 moving average on the daily up there, 51.37. So could be some reaction there. Market's starting to get like pretty mechanical lately. Switching over to the daily, you can see yesterday was just, for the most part, a normal day. We remain in balance on a longer time frame, as you can see, or on a wider time frame. Definitely key though to pay attention today to what could possibly play out if we do get back above that 52.50, right? This thing could really start to run. You can see right now we're at 43, so we're trading pretty much like right around here. The odds are favoring we open on a gap. So remember, gap rules are going to be in play. If you're not familiar with gap rules, go ahead and look it up. Right, that's the way how you're going to remember it. Also, we've got this longer term downtrend line, right? Basically from the second lower low, it kind of splices through all of this shit right here, but we're going to be opening up here, kind of getting out of that trend line. So imagine some technical traders, right, are probably going to be getting stopped out, especially if we start to break that 51.50. And that's kind of the key to really unlock the upside, and we're right there. So very important to pay attention to that level today. Switching over here to the profiles, we can see a little review from yesterday. We had a liquidation, turned into short covering, turned into shorts getting stuck, and the market moved higher, traded sideways pretty much all night. We settled 50.91 half overnight, pretty much traded sideways, right? And then broke out. The news came out, and this is something that we talked about on Wednesday with Pal, right? I think I even pinned it in the Discord. I said, weakening in labor markets could cause rate cuts, and that's a bullish statement, and that's something that Pal had said. So today the report came out, it was weak. What is this? This is called euphoria. Everyone's like, he's gonna cut rates, he said it. And I mean, we'll see what happens. There's no way to know, but right now the market's thinking we are going to be cutting rates at the next meeting. So it gets a little bit happy, right? Buys all this shit up. And this even goes back to how I started talking in, a little while ago when we were talking about rebalancing. If you start to look at some Apple and some Tesla compared to some Microsoft and Amazon, right, there could be a little bit of rebalancing going on that doesn't necessarily have to drop the market like a stone by selling everything, but can slowly stair step down, which would indicate institutional money taking profit, right? And we're just going to have to pay attention for that as time goes on. But it is, you can look at a couple charts, look at Apple chart and Microsoft chart side by side, and you'll kind of see that it looks like they are rebalancing, taking turns. So as far as today goes, like we said, gap rules in play. Your gap's going to start from down here, and that previous high is 51.26. My real line in the sand is that 515. So inside or underneath that, you start to get acceptance in here, or probably close the gap. So that would be more, if it does come all the way down there, more of kind of a cautious long. Really, what I'd like to see is, I'd like to see it pop this 51.50, hold, and then go from there. And that's 51.50. So like basically like right, that's like my number one play. I'm hoping that we don't get any correction to overnight inventory and buyers just keep stepping in and the market continues. And you could use the Globex high on that. So if it gets up and starts going, but it comes back, starts to get acceptance back underneath of this 51.50, then probably cut that trade. Inside here, you are going to have to be cautious, but I think, obviously you could lean a little bit long. Oops, wrong color. And that's basically back at that caught VPOC. So if they can't get acceptance underneath of that caught VPOC, then some decent trades should populate, taking that thing at least back up to the overnight point of control, which is like 51.48, and then battle 51.50 and look for the long up there. Below that, I think that we probably get choppy, and the market tries to find buyers above this 51.15, looks for that acceptance. If that happens, then right back to the cot and then back up. If it doesn't happen, then you're looking kind of for that gap fill, and that's basically from this point of control or acceptance under this point of control, and then you start looking for a pushback to the settle, and the prior day's open, which is a lot. It's high or it's close because we opened high, liquidated, and then traded up. So a lot of people are euphoric, right? The last thing they saw the market do was trade higher, so they jump in and start kind of doing that same idea. Oh, what the fuck is that? But yeah, other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. It's Friday. Make sure you're managing risk, sticking to your trade plan, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, Monday.